So guys, we started this video by creating the one pager for oranges and broken chain. I told you I wanted to teach you one more thing. Before the last video ended, I had you download your image. For those of you that might have missed it, you would download your image or your drawing as an image rather, and I want a PNG. So I've already downloaded mine. It's here. If I open it, I can see that it is here on my computer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to include it into a Google Slides presentation. Your teacher should actually share a slides presentation with you. However, what I'm going to show you now is how to add your drawing into a Google Slides presentation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back into our drive. If your tabs are still open, which mine are, then you can just click back on your drive. If your drive tab is not open, please remember, like as if I had a new tab, then I could get to my drive through the gray waffle or through my all apps, depending on which I prefer. So my drive is already open, so I'm going to go back to my drive and I'm going to click on new. For this assignment, or this part of the assignment rather, I'm going to go to Google Slides. Now again, you should just be adding your slide to an already existing presentation that your teacher shared with you. However, if the teacher hasn't shared it with you and you want to just prepare your slide, this is an easy way to do that. So what I'm going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to title my presentation. Again, I'm using my first and last name, and this is one pager for oranges and broken chain. Again, make sure you spell things correctly. And instead of, I'm going to add slides so that I know that this is my slides presentation, although I also know because of the colors that the app has here, I know that this is a slides presentation, not a Google Drive. So I'm going to leave this title slide here, and I'm going to add an additional slide. The way to do that is to click on add slide here. It's the plus sign that's next to, well, under my name, whatnot. Notice I can add slide with a different layout. And so I'm actually going to choose a blank slide. Again, it's add slide, and I choose the drop down menu to the right, and I click on blank slide, and notice now instead of having one slide, I actually have two. This is the title slide, and then this is where I'm actually going to upload or use my image that I created from my Google Drawing. So again, here we have all of these different tools and menus that we can use. And the one that I want to use is the image. And there's two ways you can insert an image. You can click on the image button, or you can go through insert rather, and click image. So I'm going to click on image, and it looks very similar. Actually looks exactly like my previous menu in Google Drawing. So I'm actually going to upload my image. If I had taken my image that I downloaded and put it into my Google Drive, then it would be really easy for me to find because it would be in my recent. Now, I can't, unfortunately, if you look into your images without uploading it, you can see that the image, my one pager, is not there. There are some other images that are there, but they're not the one that I want. So you're not going to be able to use your drive for this instance unless you upload your drawing into Google Drive, which I can show you later. But for this time, I'm going to click an image to upload. And I'm going to go to pictures, because it should be in my pictures, but no, actually it should be in my downloads. Sorry about that. So downloads, and here we go. I can see that it was downloaded tonight at 9 p.m. and it has my name, and it is a PNG file. So if you're not sure if that's the right thing, then those are ways that you can see if it's the right thing. Uploading, and there it is. So this, let's close this. This is a new thing that Google has. So I actually want to, I know it's going to distort it a little bit, but I do want it to cover the whole slide. So I'm actually going to stretch my image in order to cover the whole slide. Again, it's going to distort it a little bit, but I'm not entirely worried about it. If it does bother you when you stretch it, you could talk to your teacher about it. However, I want the image to be completely covering the entire slide so that when we present the presentation, it won't look weird. So let's check it. If we click on the Start Presentation button, this is what your presentation will look like. Notice the white edges, and this is a one-pager, and your one-pager is supposed to be completely covered. So including the slide, that's why I want you to go ahead and stretch your image. Now notice when I stretch it from the corners, it doesn't stretch, it doesn't get distorted as much, but it doesn't cover your whole slide either. So I'm going to, again, it gets distorted a little bit, but it'll be okay. Now, if you are sharing this, you can actually share this with your teacher if your teacher has asked for you to share it. My understanding is your teacher is actually going to share a group presentation so that all of your slides can be on a presentation. So if your teacher does do that, but you already have yours done, you can come in here and you can actually click on your slide, and right click, and if you copy it, then you can then take this and put it into the presentation that your teacher shares with you. Okay, let me show you how to take your one pager and actually upload it into your drive. So from your one pager, you have filed it, downloaded it as a PNG. So we've already done that. So I'm going to go into my drive, and from my drive, let me change, no, that's fine. From here, I'm actually going to click on New File Upload. And I know that this is the file that I want. It's my one pager. It's got my first and last name. It's also from today. So I'm going to click Open. And now I have an image here. Now, I know that this is my Google Drawing because of the app symbol here. And I know this is an image because of the image symbol here. So if I go back into my Google Slides presentation, I can show you that if I add another slide from image, instead of clicking upload, I can actually click onto Google Drive, and there's my image that I have already shared. Two ways you can get your image into a Google Slides presentation. One, by using an upload from your computer, and two, by uploading it into your drive and having it there. Hopefully, from the two videos that you've watched, you'll be able to create your one pager for Oranges and Broken Chain, as well as add it to a presentation. You may want to click on some notes down here. Click on here to add notes, in order for you to be prepared for the presentation. Maybe who's going to say what in your group. Add it, whatever you need to use for your notes for your presentation. Hopefully that'll help you. If not, feel free to send me a text message or an email, and I'll help you the best I can.